This is one of the tracks I've listened to all my life. It's called Cuatro Generales. It's by a group from Barcelona called it's a Coble band. Coble bands play traditional music from Catalonia, and this is an album of all Spanish Civil War songs. A lot of them are very famous. Some of those versions are very famous. Charlie Hayden, the bass player, had an entire album that was inspired by these songs, which is actually a very interesting album. It's very interesting for me to see how other people view this music. Why I like it? I'm not entirely sure. I liked it when I was 8 years old, that I know. I liked it because it sounded very different from anything I liked. I liked it because my dad listened to it. And I don't come from a very musical background, so some of the music in my house was interesting and some was not interesting. And this is interesting at many levels, because it's, it's propaganda music. Music with a purpose is always interesting because it's trying to manipulate you. And, but how it's done in this case is a little strange. I mean, there are so many strange elements in it. The singing is like bel canto singing, but a little hysterical. So it's got like a lot of operatic kind of tradition. And the rhythm is just seemed very awkward. It's not a marching rhythm the way you would expect, although it has elements of that. And the pitches are all over the place, because the drums are pitched in a way that actually compete with some of the actual pitches in the song. So it sounds like there's like some like macrotonal things introduced all throughout the song, and it doesn't sound like it's done by one band. It sounds like it's done almost by the DJ, like you're doing like collages of things that don't belong together. And somehow it's like it's an extremely musical concoction, and at the same time one that is very unlikely, especially for the time. So it's got an almost avant-garde quality to it, and an easy sing-along revolutionary anthem at the same time. And to me, the combination works great. As I said, there's an emotional dimension to listening to music, especially something you've listened to since you were a kid, as is the case for me. The reason we had that song in the house was because my dad was a communist, and the Spanish Civil War was pretty much the only thing that communists still endorsed that was not incorrect at the time, especially in after 1968, which my dad was on the street in 1968, and I still remember as a little kid. So we could feel good listening to propaganda music, and I could feel good hearing new possible harmonic possibilities that I did not really exist in my environment, and it was very exciting to me. I stopped listening to it for a long time, and then I started listening to it again in my late 20s, and realized how much actual musical interest it had. And at the same time, it was a way to reconnect with my childhood. And when my dad passed away, actually. So, but I was saying that when my dad passed away, I actually ended up playing this song at the funeral, which to me kind of closed the circle of music as emotion and music as music, and as a way to relate to your history.